In this video, we're going to be talking about how to measure success of Facebook ads coming up. Now, like Jaxx has to offer. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. We're going to be talking about how to fix your ads if they're not working, and I'm going to give you my 4-part framework for how to identify where the problem is in your Facebook funnel. Let's dive in. All right, so the first question we want to ask is it working? Right? So if you've got a Facebook ad, and let's say you're trying to get people to your church on Sunday morning, right? If you want to figure out and measure the success of your Facebook ad, the first question we have to say is, hey, are people actually showing up on Sunday, right? So is it actually working to do the thing that you want to do? So none of the numbers matter if it's actually working, right? But if it's not, then we want to dive in and we want to take a little bit of a deeper look and take a look at the numbers. So if you're running a traffic ad and you're trying to get people to go to your website where maybe they can sign up for Plan Your Visit, or they can find out a little bit more about the church and then show up on Sunday, right? So the first thing you want to do is figure out, are people actually showing up on Sunday, right? And if the answer is no, or you say, well, we're spending a lot of money, but only a couple of people are coming through the door, then we want to take a look at the Facebook ad itself. So here's just a couple of numbers that are going to help. First thing is, if you're running a traffic ad, right, optimized for either link clicks or landing page views, then you definitely want to be under $1 per click and preferably under 50 cents a click. Right? So if you're somewhere in like the 30 to 39 cents per click, you're crushing it. Don't touch a thing. Your ad is working really, really well. And anytime you get into the 20s or lower, you are crushing it. And the problem is not your ad. So you want to be under $1 per click, preferably under 50 cents per click. And if you're in the 30s or lower, the ad is working great. It's resonating with people, and that's a great cost per click. So you want to keep it going. All right, number 2, if you're not attracting the type of people that you want to, then you want to take a look at who are you trying to reach, right? And so what you want to do is you want to change the people that you're reaching, not through your targeting, but actually through your ad copy. So let's say, for example, you are trying to reach young families, right? Preferably maybe people who are couples who are in their 20s and 30s who have elementary school age kids. But if you're attracting a bunch of people who are maybe older and it's not in target demographic that you're trying to reach, then you don't want to adjust your targeting. What you actually want to adjust is your ad copy. You want to make sure that you're writing ad copy that's going to specifically speak to people who are in their 20s and 30s and have elementary school age kids. You want to use examples and language of the things that they're actually going through that's going to help them identify it, right? Because if you have an ad that's actually not reaching them and it's only reaching older people, and all you do is cut the older people out, all you're going to do is continue to send an ad that's not effective and that's not reaching people to those people, and they're just going to ignore it. So the problem isn't your targeting, the problem is your ad copy. So you want to rewrite the ad and continue to set it out there, and don't put any age demographics on it. You want to let Facebook's algorithm do all the heavy lifting, and they will determine the best people to show it to. And as long as your ad copy is targeting those people, then you're going to find a bunch of people who are clicking on your ad and checking out your church who are in their 20s and 30s who have those elementary school age kids. Again, it's not the targeting, it's the ad copy. Okay, number 3, what's your message? This one is similar to who you are trying to reach, but you need to find out, what is the message of your ad? What are you leading people to, right? So if you are talking to married couples and you want to talk about the incredible kids ministry that you have and you want to promote that, then make sure you're talking to them in a way that's going to resonate. So for example, one of the ads that I wrote for my church a while back is I actually wrote it from the perspective of a little kid, right? So what do parents care about? Well, they want their kids to be passionate about going to church. They want them to be excited. So the name of my church is Guts Church, right? So we actually created an ad that said, "Dear Mom and Dad, can we go to Guts this Sunday? They have free ice cream for kids, a rock wall, a playground, and a ton of sports stuff, so I'll get plenty of exercise. You guys can go to Big Church and meet some new friends. I heard it's really cool in there. You can wear whatever you want and even drink coffee in the sanctuary. But the most important thing is that we'll be going to church as a family. And you always say family is important. Love, me." Right? So what we did was we took the perspective of an elementary school age kids right in the heart of the demographic that we wanted to reach. And instead of specifically trying to just advertise our service, we wrote it from the perspective of a young kid asking his parents if he can go to church, right? And the kid highlighted all the things he would normally do: the free ice cream, the basketball court, the playground, the rock wall, right? And said, but he's telling his parents, so he's saying, hey, so I'll get plenty of exercise, right? And then, hey, you guys can go over there. And the things that are attractive to parents, we had the kids slip in there, like, hey, you can drink coffee in the sanctuary. You can wear whatever you want. You'll meet some new kids. But the most important part is that we'll be going to church as a family, and you always say family is important. Love, me. right? So this is a way to highlight your kids ministry and to kind of slip in some of the things that you're doing, right? You just want to figure out what is a unique way that you can identify with your target audience and some ad copy that you can use to emotionally connect with them, right? So that's how I did mine. I'm curious to see how you do yours. So figure out a unique way to write some ad copy that's going to connect emotionally with your target audience. All right, so what kind of ads have you used to reach your target demographic? Whether it's young families or millennials or empty nesters or senior citizens, right? I want to know about it. Post it in the comments below. I want to know what type of ad copy you've used and what types of campaigns have been the most effective for you to reach your target audience. Okay, so next up on figuring out how to measure the success of your Facebook ads is you want to make sure that you're actually running the right types of campaigns. So for a church, I really only recommend 3 types of campaigns, right? So number 1 is a traffic campaign, and this is where you're actually going to run people from Facebook to your church website, preferably a specific landing page where people can learn more about your church, or they can plan a visit or learn about a sermon series or an upcoming church event, right? But you want to run a traffic ad, either optimized for link clicks, or if you have the Facebook pixel installed on your website, you can optimize for landing page views. And then Facebook will actually not only optimize for people that are clicking on the ad, but for people who click on the ad and then wait for the landing page to load. The second type of campaign is called a conversion ad. Now, this one is a little bit more advanced and you have to set up a custom conversion inside of Facebook. But the great news is you only have to set this up once and then you can have it forever. And so you could actually create a conversion ad for a women's conference that you have and people actually register. So now Facebook is optimizing for people who click on the ad, go to your landing page, and then actually register for your event. So they're going to be measuring not just link clicks, but actual conversions and people that take the action on your website that you want them to take. And then finally, the third one is a messenger ad. There's a couple different ways to do this, but I love running a messenger ad that goes straight from a Facebook ad into Facebook Messenger. And then I like using chatbots where you can actually kick off automated sequences to have a conversation back and forth. And then you can jump into the conversation and have a one-on-one personal ministry conversation. I've personally used messenger ads at over 450 churches in the last 18 months, and we've been able to generate over 7,000 new families who have planned a visit to a church simply by running Facebook Messenger ads to a chatbot. All right, so finally, what to do when it's not working? Well, this is what we call a funnel audible. Depending on what type of an ad you are running, if you're running a Facebook ad that goes to a landing page where people can sign up and plan a visit, and then you have a follow-up system, right? What you want to do is you want to take a look at one of those 4 parts and figure out where's the choke point. So if the ad is performing really well, let's say you've got 22 cents a click and it's definitely resonating with people, and you can look and you can see that people right there in your target demographic that are clicking it are people ages 25 to 34. Okay, perfect. So we know the ad copy is on point. We know we're reaching the right people. And we know because of our cost per click being only 22 cents, it's resonating with people and they're going to our website. So if you're not hitting those numbers and it's over $1 per click, or you're attracting the wrong people, you know the problem is your ad. And again, it's not your targeting, it's your ad copy. Right? But if those numbers are looking good and people are going to your website, but nobody is planning a visit, then the problem isn't your ad, the problem is your landing page. So you need to optimize that landing page. Maybe you need to add some friendlier copy. Maybe you need to add some interactive elements like a video from the pastor or some type of welcome video or a walkthrough video of what it looks like when they show up to church for the first time. Maybe you need to add some friendly pictures of people laughing and smiling from your church. Maybe you just need a couple more plan your visit buttons or a way for them to actually sign up for plan your visit, right? And one of my favorite things to do is, since people don't know what a church is like the very first time, is at the bottom of your landing page, you can add a couple of recent sermons and just say, hey, test drive a service. Right? So now they can actually go in and watch a previous service, kind of get a feel for who you are as a church, the culture, the DNA of your ministry, and what a sermon sounds like. But if the ad is working and the landing page is working, meaning people are signing up for Plan Your Visit, and they're signing up for Plan Your Visit, but then they're not actually showing up on Sunday, then the problem is your pre-service communication. So you need to tweak your Plan Your Visit a little bit. And that pre-service communication, what happens after someone plans a visit? Maybe you want to send a reminder text Saturday night letting them know that you're excited about meeting them and giving them a tour of the church in the morning. And then finally, if the ad is working, the landing page is working, people are signing up for Plan Your Visit, they're showing up, but they're not coming back, then the problem is your follow-up system, right? So that's it. That is your funnel audible. You basically need to take a look and figure out of those 4 pieces, which part isn't working. If you're not attracting the right people or no people at all, the problem is your ad. If the ad's working, but nobody's signing up, the problem is your landing page. If people are signing up, but they're not showing up, the problem is your pre-service communication for Plan Your Visit. And if people are showing up, but not coming back, the problem is your follow-up system. Now, we recommend something like Text in Church, where you can have a 6 or 12-week automated follow-up system. This is a great way to turn first-time visitors into second-time visitors and get people back in the door. All right, so if you like this video and you want to learn a little bit more about Facebook ads themselves and how to run them and the types of strategies that work with social media and technology to be able to grow your church and reach more people, then we have a free gift for you. Just go to churchgrowthagency.com and check out the free training video that we have that's going to talk about Facebook ads and how to use them in order to reach more people and grow your church. We'll see you soon.